For today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this box. To start with, you need a 4 3/4 inch square piece of designer series paper and a pencil and a ruler. What you want to do is find the center going from corner to corner. And then once you've found the center, you want to mark 1/2 inch on either side of the center and draw those lines. And again, find 1/2 inch on either side of this line. And draw those lines. Now for the folding, you want to fold each of the corners into the very center mark. And crease it with your bone folder. Once you've folded all the corners, you need to fold them again. So you want to take your first one, fold it to the center point, and then you're going to fold this line to this first 1/2 inch mark, the one that's closest to you. And as you fold it over, you want to make sure that this point stays as close to the center as it can. You don't want it to start moving across your page as you fold. So hold it tightly, and then bring the edge of this to your first pencil line and crease. And do that on all 4 sides. It will move a little bit, but you don't want it to move very much. Now that all the folding's done, it's time to cut. And as you can see by all the score lines, you're left with a nice square in the middle. And so what you want to do is take your scissors, and it's hard to see right here, but I can see where my score line is, and cut up the score line and stop right at that center fold. Right at that center square right there. And do it on this side and stop. And then you want to turn it 180 degrees and do it on this side. Cut to the center square and cut to the center square. Now to put the lid of your box together, you want to take some snail adhesive and you want to cover pretty much this whole 1 inch square in the middle. And just add some adhesive there. And you want to start with the sides that make the triangle. Just fold this over, put the tip right there in the center, and make sure you adhere it down, and then fold up the side. Do the same thing on the opposite side. And then you want to fold these 2 pieces in and fold this 3rd side up and over, and then stick the point down in the adhesive and do the same thing on the final side. Now for my box, I added a flower in the top. So I'm going to take my piercing tool and mat, and I'm just going to poke a hole right in the center so that my brad can come down through. And here I have my flowers from the Pretties kit, and I'm going to stick it through the hole. And I'm finished with my lid. For the bottom of the box, I have a 7 1/4 inch square piece of old olive cardstock, and as you can see, I've marked my center mark, and again I've added the lines that are a 1/2 inch on each side. You want to bring the point, make sure you bring it to the very center mark, and then crease that with the bone folder, and do that on all 4 sides. Now, if you remember for the top of the box, we folded this first corner in and then we folded the edge to this 1/2 inch mark. Well, for the bottom of the box, you're going to fold this edge to the one on the opposite side. And you want to fold it over and crease it. And again, as you do this, you want to try to make sure to keep this point right there as close to center as you can as you're folding this over. Use this pencil line as a guide to line this up, and you can also use your other score lines to make sure that you're lining it up straight before you crease it. And now that we're done with all 4 sides, it's time to cut again. And in this one, you can see that there's a center square right here. And on the 2 opposite sides, again, you're going to cut and stop at that middle square. Again, flip it 180 degrees and do the same thing on the opposite side. And this time we need to do a little bit more cutting. So on these pointed triangle ends, you need to cut these off right above where this score mark is, because they're going to be too long for when you fold up the box. And you just need to trim those off. Now that all the cutting's done, it's time to put the box together. So just like the top, we're going to cover this 1-inch square center here with adhesive. And we're going to start with these sides. Fold this over so the point's to the middle and stick it down in the adhesive. And do the same to the opposite side. And fold the sides in. Lift this one up and over. Bring it down and adhere it there in the adhesive. And stick that down in the adhesive as well. And then we're going to add our lid to our box. And it's done.